Once upon a time, there was a nation, a representative republic, that at times was somewhat dysfunctional, but usually through its system of checks and balances, everything would work out for the best. Individual freedoms and liberties would be recognized. We always had one of the major checks, our legislative system, which was separate from our judicial system, which is separate from the executive branch of power. So we always had all kinds of different checks and balances to make sure that not one segment got out of control without the other ones picking up on it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you've been following gun control, you know that those days are long over. Now, gun control is nothing new. It's been around as long as guns have been around. And we've been taking hits regularly, we, the law-abiding gun owners, since 1934. It's kind of sad, really, that we don't even have any media to be the overseer of politics, to make sure that things just don't get out of hand, and that the rights of individuals like you and I don't get usurped based on foolishness. We used to have a media that would keep an eye. They would be the watchdogs to make sure that people were being honest. Right now, it seems that the lamestream media has been brought hook, line, and sinker into the anti-gun camp, and they're not even pretending anymore. The statements they make and the lies that they claim as fact are just absolute foolishness with no bearing in truth whatsoever. Let's take a look at this little clip from a CNN interview about these scary AR-15s. Let's look at how the reporter is holding and shooting this firearm, this AR-15 type self-loading rifle, this semi-auto.
This is what an AR-15 sounds like.
He looks all contorted and twisted and uncomfortable, as though it's painful or intimidating to shoot. That's absolutely not the case. The AR-15 is as popular as it is for one reason, because the recoil is extremely light and it fits smaller statured and younger shooters just fine. All of that drama to give the illusion that this firearm is somehow dangerous and uncomfortable and uncontrollable. It's a line of bunk. Let me show you the people that I know personally that utilize the AR-15. And let's think a little bit if the experience of this reporter is the same experience that these people face when they actually use one. Let's check out a clip of something a little bit more current. This is the third week in September of 2019. Let's take a look at a clip from just last week and see what this representative, this honorable United States representative, has to say about this 50 or 60-year-old design, the AR-15.
My bill that I've introduced dealing with a caliber weapon, I've held an AR-15 in my hand. I wish I had it. It is as heavy as 10 boxes that you might be moving. And the bullet that is utilized, a 50 caliber, these kinds of bullets, need to be licensed and do not need to be on the street.
Oh my God. They don't even try anymore. They don't even try to be realistic. The gun is super heavy and it weighs as much as 10 boxes that you'd use for shipping, whatever the hell that's supposed to mean. The gun actually weighs right around 7 pounds. A little more, a little less, depending on the configuration. 7 pounds. That's another reason it's so attractive to so many people. There's a reason it's the most popular modern sporting rifle in the nation for almost a decade. And it isn't because it's as heavy as 10 boxes you'd use for shipping. And as far as the caliber, this is just another outright lie, 180 degrees from the truth. It's not only not a 50 caliber, it is a 223, .223. A 50 caliber is a really big projectile. A 223 is a really, really small projectile. For a matter of fact, let's think about some of the reports that we've seen about how damaging and powerful this cartridge is. We see it all the time, and it's coming from doctors, so it must be non-biased, non-partial people on the issue. They talk about how dangerous the 223 cartridge or the 5.56 is compared to, other normal cartridges. Yeah, 100% line of crap. They continuously compare this centerfire rifle cartridge to pistol cartridges. And yeah, compared to a pistol cartridge, sure, it's going to be a lot more powerful compared to a pistol cartridge. But when you compare it to any other centerfire rifle cartridge, which is what this is, almost any other one, it is so far at the weak end of the spectrum that it doesn't even register. The guns that they tell us are okay and that we should have and that their granddaddy used and we should be ashamed for using, these guns, the ones that they claim are okay, 30-06, 308, 243, 300 Magnum, these things are absolute monsters performance-wise compared to the 5.56. If you want to check the honesty of an anti-gunner when they're talking about how powerful the caliber is, ask them compared to what? And because the media is complacent in not calling out any of these anti-gun politicians anymore, they don't even pretend. They don't even try to educate themselves. They don't even work hard at lying to the non-gun people to scare them. They just make up words and run with them. Check this guy out and tell me if this makes any sense whatsoever to you. Because he's not using regular English to any of us that actually understand how firearms work.
This is a ghost gun. This right here has ability with a 30 caliber clip to disperse with 30 bullets within half a second. 30 magazine clip.
Yeah, there we go, Kevin. Just keep stringing all those big scary words together and maybe they'll be coherent. It's kind of like putting a monkey in a room with a whole bunch of typewriters and maybe eventually there'll be a sentence there. And then we can use that sentence as proof of, well, whatever it is you're looking to lie and come up with proof about. As unfortunate as it is, perception is reality in the minds of the general public. If they keep hearing this lie presented over and over and over enough, eventually it's going to become truth. But we have to stand firm on it. AR-15s are as popular as they are because they represent so many different types of systems. They're modular, they have all kinds of capabilities. You can utilize calibers from anything from little tiny 22 long rifle plinking and target rounds all the way up to the big 375 and 458 SOCOM rounds for large game hunting. They can be anywhere from a 7-inch barrel in a pistol configuration to a 24-inch barreled target configuration where they're a really accurate match and competition gun. They're suitable for plinking. They're suitable for hunting. They're suitable for target practice. They're suitable for competition. They're suitable for self-defense. They're suitable for home defense. It's a fantastic gun, and the reason there are so many of them out there is because they are suitable for almost everybody. Don't buy into the lies. They're not overpowered. They're not machine guns. They're self-loading rifles. You squeeze the trigger once, it fires once. You hold that trigger back for an hour, it still only fires once until you let off and squeeze it again. That's going to surprise some of you because they've been lying and telling people these are uncontrollable, unregulated machine guns for, well, over 30 years now they've been passing this lie on. It isn't true. We don't all have to agree on things. You know as well as I do, we're absolutely not going to agree on a lot of things. But we all should be dealing with the same deck. We should be playing hands from the same deck. We should be dealing with the truth. We should be dealing with facts. We should be dealing with logics. We should be dealing with reality. Not any of this fantasy garbage where things are just made up that are 180 degrees, that are opposite of the truth, and then forced through, and anyone that questions them is somehow hateful and exempt from the conversation. That's not how it works. We're not giving anything more up. We're not giving another inch. Gun control only punishes the legal gun owners. There is no rational basis to further any more gun control. If you want to take guns away from criminals. You'll get everybody's support in doing that. Leave the law-abiding gun people alone. And enough with the lies. No more lies. If you enjoyed this video, please click like, share us with your friends in your vast social media universe, subscribe to the channel if you don't already, and make sure you hit notify, both on YouTube and on Full 30. You can join in behind the scenes over on Patreon, and if you just like to get involved in the discussion on a regular basis, probably Facebook is the best place to do that. Till next time, have fun and be safe, and start demanding the truth.